okay, we just destroyed the Bears. That's
Yeah.
awesome. But it's the way we did it and the players that really stood out. And in this game, it was Hutchinson and Houston, our two rookie DNs who this is a lot to ask because you're going against Fields. It's like, okay, you can get exposed or you can do what they did and played so well. And so, Craig, there's so many stats from this, like mind-blowing stats of fumble recoveries, interceptions from these guys. What stood out to you between these two guys and how well they played?
Yeah. So if we want to start with the mind blowing stats, and I'll get into the other stuff first. Aiden Hutchinson gets a fumble recovery and an interception, which, by the way, he probably should have lateraled with the interception. That's okay at the end of the half. Nothing would have happened anyways. James Houston with 3 sacks. He got a lot more snaps this game.
Yes.
I'm just blown away by this. By the way, not to be outdone, Josh Pascal, can we give him a shout out too?
That's right.
Like, can we do that? 2 sacks for him. Like the rookies, 3 rookies combined for 2 turnovers and 5 sacks. I just want to make sure it's known what's happening. And the only reason Hutchinson didn't get a sack is because he stayed disciplined and he played good defense. And instead of running past Fields and maybe connecting on 1 sack, he just stopped him 6, 7 times in a row.
Yes.
But here's what was more amazing to me. We had the conversation, and then you can tell me what you think about this. We had the conversation can you play a QB spy against Justin Fields? And the overwhelming answer throughout the season is no. No, you cannot. It cannot be done. So we did a different combination of it. And this is what was amazing to me, that we have defensive ends that are good enough where, depending on what side of the field he was, either Hutchinson or not Pascal, but Houston were the spy on that half of the field. Like, they were the ones in charge of keeping Fields in front of them, and their athleticism absolutely showed out. I can't name 7 defensive ends in the league, 5 defensive ends in the league that I would trust with that assignment. And yet 2 of our guys executed it to perfection. Go for it. What do you
2
got?
of our rookies.
Rookies.
And that's what I loved was Hutchinson so many times just said, I'm just going to stand here.
Yeah.
Basically. And he, he was going for him, but go for a sack. He just makes one move. And now he's got the field wide open. He can heave it. He can do all kinds of things, but his discipline to stay there. And then James's explosion.
Oh my goodness.
I keep looking at him, almost every time he was in, I was watching him. And one of the things, he doesn't go around. He's explosive. He's strong. It's weird. He's not very big. You're just not sure really what you're looking at in this player. But again, you've got 2 rookie bookends there. Pascal's a rookie. Malcolm has just been, a huge part. Steady, huge part of our defense. Without him, I don't know. And then you've got Kirby Joseph. So all of a sudden, you've got this rookie. You've got a 2 thing going on here. You've got
5 rookies.
Yeah, 5 rookies. You've got this 2-pronged thing where great job rookies, and also Aaron Glenn. I know he's been given a lot of crap because when it's bad, it's horrible, and it's easy to be like, Glenn sucks. But you just wonder, is it a combination of both where, man, wait until these guys keep developing. We actually add some real talent. We can all kind of agree there's still some big time holes on the defense. I think Glenn can really do some great things. And I also think these guys are really good too. So it's it's fun to watch, fun to see. And that stat line for Hutchinson and all these guys, it's a game where you're just trying to, and this has been our season, right? We start off terrible, play great. Oh, terrible. Oh, we're great. I don't know. Awesome. My mind's blown. I'm still kind of trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I think what it is a young team trying to decide how and figure out how to win. And on the defensive end, especially, at first it was just they're too young, they're too green, and they just got blown up for the first 7 games. And then it was like, all right, I think a little bit of pride kicked in, and it was like, no, I don't care if we're rookies. I don't care if we're young. I don't care if we don't have top tier names. We're going to play good football. And they started playing pretty well, got a little cocky, got smoked by the Panthers. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, now they're starting to find their footing. I watched a lot of Melifonwu and Kirby Joseph, and it was hard not to have my eyes drawn to the defensive line. There was some of those sacks, some of those pressures, some of those running Fields out of bounds. throwaways, a lot of those were coverage. And our defensive line was getting good, consistent pressure because the Bears' offensive line is absolutely horrible.
Mm.
And I think that's another thing we have to take with a grain of salt. That's a bad team. And you're supposed to beat bad teams. This is a team that had lost 8 games in a row. Now 9, thank you very much. And we did exactly what we were supposed to do against them. I guess I just didn't think we'd do it that well. I
No.
thought it would be like 35-27 or, something where it's like, yeah, we're going to take advantage of their defense. I didn't think we'd run the ball well and all that kind of stuff to the level we did. Everything was good. But the defensive line, these 2 rookies, and here's the question I have for you. Is this a flash in the pan, or are Houston and Hutchinson going to be one of the dominant outside edge duos in the NFL for years to come?
Oh man.
There's the question.
Well, today made me realize Houston is a true player. We knew Hutchinson because Hutchinson it took him half the season. He kind of looked tired out there a lot of the times, just he never comes off the field, whatever. Now he's got his footing. We all kind of knew Hutchinson could be a really solid player, but to see Houston be out there on 2nd and 3 and just be in the game most of the time and to hold his own and to have the I just go back to when you play a game like this in the NFL, you have to play above the X's and O's. Somebody do something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a guy drops back in coverage, then explodes up and gets a sack. Okay, didn't plan on that. You're supposed to be in coverage. Love it. He comes from behind, gets a fumble.
Trust your instincts.
Yeah, those are the things that winning teams have. You've got these outlier players, Mahomes and Travis Kelce. They do stuff. It's like, okay. But and so my point is, you've got a guy, this bursty, like, dude that can make plays. It's huge for our team. And again, it just gives us confidence in Brad Holmes. Like, what's he going to do this year in the draft, right? It's must-see TV now because who is he going to take in the 6th round that you're just gonna be like, okay. So anyway, love it.
What are supposed to be throwaway picks, and not throwaway picks, but what are supposed to be depth? Can these guys play special teams?
Yeah.
Are now 2 of our better defensive players.
Oh yeah.
With Rodriguez and Houston.
6th round. Yeah, exactly. 6th round,
7th round, 5th round, whatever they are. Right. And it's just like, are you kidding me right now? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me how you find this. And here, when we watch Houston, and I want to talk about Hutch after Houston here, but when we watch Houston, honest to goodness, I was impressed with what you were saying. The play where he was in coverage, comes out of nowhere, sacks Fields. That was impressive. I was almost more impressed with the bull rush when he sacked Fields with the back of the left tackle. And by the way, Hutchinson helped with that because Fields had to slide to the left, and that allowed Houston to get home. He couldn't just escape to the right because they were both getting pressure. And that's my point. And when you get pressure from up the middle, whether it's Buggs, whether it's Kaminsky, whether it's McNeil, like, he has nowhere to go. And so Houston isn't showing he has the strength. He has the speed. I've never seen any. I mean, like, there hasn't been a Lions player who has done those things.
No,
that I can think of that has that speed and strength.
And if you're Aaron Glenn, that's what you picture right there. You're rushing 4 in a controlled craziness and you contain him. That doesn't usually work because he's able to get, but when you have speed and you've got Kaminsky playing D tackle and he's pushing the pile, that guy's an animal, by the way.
And Pascal.
I remember, and Pascal, and you're creating chaos in the backfield, also containing, also push. Those guys just deserve so much credit because we saw it. I mean, Justin Fields, they come out, they do like the guy goes in motion, then just sneaks under center and then pitches it to him and he runs for, it's like, all right, this is what we're in for. And yet we just kind of contain all of that stuff that they could get rolling and get going, but we were able to control it because of, and I'm with you, those 2 defensive ends really changed the game, made it really weird, hard for Fields. Now he's got to throw. It's like, no, you can't do that. He had like 7 yards passing, so it's perfect.
and sorry, it just makes me think of a conversation I had with a buddy beforehand. But look, here's the thing. You sit there, how many defensive ends can you say, oh, okay, they're trying to throw an out route to get 5 yards to kick a field goal at the end of the half? How many times can you throw a defensive end out at the numbers
Mm.
You're right. You put him out at the numbers and say, hey, play defense in space. And he gets a pick. Like Hutchinson did that. And this
Yes,
is the third pick. This isn't, is some of it right place, right time? Sure. But he's the right place, right time. That's also intelligence.
absolutely.
I
And
don't know other defensive ends that just can step back and do that. That can also get you double-digit sacks. I don't know.
yeah, and that like that play right there, we have to give Aaron Glenn credit where credit's due because we easily smash him when we get destroyed. But that was a great situational play. And then he makes a good
Unbelievable
play. And
call
it's
to
just,
me.
didn't rush anybody. I love that. No need to
Mhm.
rush because you're not going to get him anyway. And he's going to run
Mhm.
around and heave it. So we had it all
Pressure in your
covered.
face.
Yep. Love it. Absolutely. So these two, we just agree. I mean, it's mind
Did you give a
blowing.
definitive answer? Is this the tandem for years to
I
come?
did not give a definitive answer because
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at these two rookies dominating out there. I think if Houston can continue to play well, oh, dude, why not? Why not
Yeah.
have speed and strength out there? Because Houston's a lot stronger and bull rush stuff that I did not expect. So yes,
I did not expect that.
no. So let us know in the comments your thoughts.
Uh-huh.
James Houston, hello, this is awesome, love it. We will see all of you on the next one.